Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
Well, welcome back everyone.
Yeah. Different video today.
An update, yes. We're up in the old hayloft after a busy day. We've got the fire, it's chilly outside. As you can see, it's nice and warm in here.
Really warm up.
If you remember, a few months ago, was it back in June?
June, I think, yeah.
June-ish, yeah.
Beginning of June.
We installed, upgraded a solar system on a camper van. Now, these friends of ours, they've had a system on the van for quite a few years using a gel battery.
Yeah.
They go away every, is it 3 months?
They go for 3 months in the summer basically. They live here all year round, but it's too hot in this region.
So maybe
June,
we should
July,
go away for 3
August.
months.
So they go away for 3 months up into the north travelling.
Even back to the UK.
Even back to the UK, and their little camper is their home for that 3 months.
And they've done this for years. With to say they had a lead gel battery that powered the thing, and they really struggled with it. They didn't know any different at the time, but they used to always have to stop on campsites or at airs to get the power overnight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were chatting one day, and we actually got approached by a company called Redodo who specialise in lithium batteries, and said, you know what, we've got these friends want to do this with the camper van. You know, they wanted to send us a battery. I said, well, would you be happy if we used it for that?
To send us one, but of course we just recently upgraded, so we were sorted.
But, so yeah, of course, so they were happy with that, so that's what we did. It's a 12 volt, 100 amp, it's an LFP battery, lithium iron phosphate, not ion, it's a big difference there. It's the latest state-of-the-art technology in lithium batteries. It's got its own battery management system, so it looks after itself and protects itself, and you know, does it all itself basically, and keeping itself happy. So let's have a look what we've got in the box. So this is actually how it arrived. Extremely well packaged, extremely good condition. Straight on the top we've got well, the instruction manuals, I guess. I'll have a look through those in a minute. There it is. The other advantage of lithium batteries is the weight compared to lead acid. They are so light. Right, so you get all the connectors for the battery, screw connectors for these, and an instruction manual. It basically tells you how to set it up. It gives you all the charging parameters and everything. Maximum continuous power load is 1,280 watts, a whopping 1,280 watts, which is pretty good in a camper van. And yeah, all the information required to set up your charge controller. Right, okay, it's on the roof, brackets in place, working well, absolutely solid. Now it's time to drill a hole through the roof for the wires. Okay, so we're going to go through the roof here. We're going to put this cable gland on, obviously to seal it from the water. Right, it's not easy to film in here, as you can probably imagine, but the fuse is on the wall there, and we put the charge controller just on the front there. All we've got to do now is run the cables from the fuse into the charge controller, and then from the charge controller to the new battery. Charge controller's in. All we need to do now is take the positive and neg from that to the battery. We're going to run them down inside all this, underneath all this, so they're out of sight, all the way along there, and the battery is going where this battery is here. So we'll get that one out and put the new one in. So I've decided to relocate the battery to the other side at the owner's request, and all we need to do now, the crimps are on, is just put an inline fuse breaker just on the wall behind the battery there to protect the battery, or to protect that side of things, and then program the charge controller. Right, okay, so we're done. The charge has been set with all the specifications. All your settings come up on that page there, if you can see that. Fantastic. As I said, the battery's got its own BMS in it anyway. So we can't do any more now until they go on the big trip. They're going away for 3 months in the summer, and hopefully it's going to do them all right. It's a 12 volt battery, 100 amp, which should give them 1.28 kilowatts, 1,280 usable watts. Unlike lead acid batteries, there's actually a table there, you can see that. You can run it, it's recommended to disconnect at 1% of charge. You can run them right down without any danger at all. I think it's a minimum of 4,000 cycles you can get out of them. If you discharge them less, it can be 15,000-20,000 cycles. So we'll report back in a bit with how they're getting on with it. This year they went away for 3 months again. In fact, it's been longer because it works so well. And there are absolutely no negatives in what we can ascertain.
They called in to see us on the way back from their travels. We were absolutely gushing with enthusiasm about this battery. So we said, okay, then well, tell us then what are the pros and cons? And the first answer was there are no cons. It's been absolutely fantastic.
They've not needed to stop at campsites or else. They've managed to be pretty much totally independent for the power for the whole 3 months they were travelling. I've got a little list here. Apparently things they could never use before, like the slow cooker, stupid things like a whisk for whisking your stuff. The fridge was running 24 hours a day. They could sit and watch the TV at night, and this, I said, they could do this before, but they had to be
plugged in somewhere
on a campsite, paying for it. They've charged all the laptops and phones and things. They've been running fans overnight when it's been warm, even using the toaster to make the toast in the morning. So they are super delighted,
happy.
Weren't they?
And they've even said whilst they were out and about, so many people have stopped them to ask them about their system. They were so impressed.
They did struggle in the UK, funnily enough. It's a place of doom and
not much sunshine
and rain and stuff. But primarily they've only got a 250 watt panel on the roof. So when it's dark for 23 hours a day, slight exaggeration, but obviously that was struggling to bring in the power that they needed. But on reflection now, they want to add more panels to it. But in Spain and in France, I believe, they have no problem at all with the power every single day. In a nutshell, so coming back from pros and cons, we'll do the cons first. There aren't any apparently. They're absolutely delighted, aren't they, with it all?
They are, thrilled.
One of the biggest pros that they've come up with is the weight of the battery. They met a lot. They said they had AGM batteries before, which are for the power equivalent. The batteries are so heavy and so much bigger. And they met loads of other campers, didn't they? Were saying who have these massive, heavy battery banks.
Take up so much room as well. I mean, they only have a small camper, and these batteries are so neat and compact. So
tiny.
A lot of space saving as well.
Yeah. The other benefit, which kind of we knew but they didn't, but was a revelation to them, the speed that the lithium battery charges up. The Redodo, I think that's how you say it, battery, it was charging up in like a matter of hours, 2 or 3 hours, whereas an AGM, it sometimes in a whole day it wouldn't charge up fully because you've got to charge them and then they've got to float for so many hours. They've got to do a boost charge and then settle down to float. So this was another super benefit. They were getting charged up by midday.
Going out for coffee literally in the morning, coming back and the battery was fully charged.
They go out for the day, leave the slow cooker on, come back to a meal that was cooked. Absolutely fantastic. We've said the size. The other benefit of the lithium battery, they are absolutely zero maintenance. Absolutely zero. You don't once a day. You don't have to do anything to them at all. Just love them, look at them if you want to.
We've wrapped ours in a blanket because ours is in the workshop and it's a bit
cold. Keep it warm in the winter. They don't like charging at low temperatures. But again, theirs is inside the camper,
so it wasn't a problem.
So it should never ever get that low, really. Any cons? Cons again? No. They said they can't find anything to fault. They're absolutely delighted.
Yeah.
So there you go. Get yourselves a Redodo battery, and we'll put links in the description, and there'll be a discount code down there as well.
Yes.
Change their lives as campers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Total freedom.
They're back on the campsite now in their bigger rig.
Still raving about
and
it.
she sent me a message this morning. She said, just a little update. She said, we used the washing machine this morning purely on solar. That's a massive achievement. So I'm not sure as it gets to the winter that would be
they live
possible.
In a big American camper trailer, don't they? And they're that's got mains power, but they're actually using the free lithium power to run the washing machine.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
So, it's only 100 amp, 12 volt 100 amp battery, but it's doing it, which was kind of quite surprising to us.
Yeah.
So there you go. So again, links in the description. Any questions, please drop them in the comments below. But super satisfied customers.
I recommend it.
Many benefits and big discount below. So thanks for that. We'll be back with our usual antics. Antics, is that what you call it?
Yes, in our case, antics.
On the next one. So thanks guys, we'll see you then.